CBS Broadcast Center in Los Angeles. This is CBS 2 News at 6 p.m.
Now at 6, a speeding car is blamed for a deadly crash in South L.A. Now authorities are after the driver. Good evening, everybody. I'm Peter Daut.
And I'm Suzanne Marques. A hit-and-run crash in South L.A. has left a Beverly Hills woman dead. It happened last night at 120th Street and Harvard Boulevard. CBS 2's Adriana Weingold reports.
An absolutely terrible crash out here in South LA that ended with the death of a woman from Beverly Hills. You can see the debris still scattered in the roadway here behind me at Harvard and 120th Street. This is where that car was T-boned. Neighbors tell me that the girl who died, her boyfriend lives just a couple blocks away. A 34-year-old woman from Beverly Hills is dead after her Honda was hit by a Mercedes in this intersection at 120th Street and Harvard Boulevard. The CHP says the Honda was going north on Harvard when it made an unsafe move into the intersection at 120th. That's when officials say the Mercedes T-boned the Honda and pushed it into the center lane. The Mercedes then ended up crashing into this telephone pole. Neighbors in the area say they heard a loud crash followed by what seemed like endless sirens and helicopters. They had no idea someone had died but knew it was serious when police shut down the street. Raymond Williams has lived on 120th for most of his life and says while it's a busy street, he never expected something like this to happen.
There's been an accident over here every 2 or 3 years, but most of the time people that live in the neighborhood that are pulling out tend to have an accident with somebody speeding through, and I was surprised to hear, that somebody died, unfortunately.
The driver of the Honda died at the scene from major internal trauma. The driver and passenger of the Mercedes got out of their car and into a white BMW. They were last seen driving away from the crash going east on 120th. Investigators are still looking for the two men who fled the scene. If you have any information, CHP wants to hear from you. In South LA, Adriana Weingold, CBS 2 News.
A new study highlights the dangers of Southern California roads. L.A., Riverside, and San Bernardino counties top the list when it comes to deadly crashes in the state. CBS 2's Greg Mills has more on the study.
Driving or just riding in Los Angeles County, that deadly danger is a reality. You see this red blob? That's L.A. County. Each dot represents a fatal accident.
I do get worried, especially having the kids in the car.
A rash of red dots as we zoom in. This is data from 2016. The most recent year the National Highway Transportation Safety Administration has the numbers for. More than 36,000 deadly accidents in the U.S. that year. And sadly, California can claim more than 10%.
It's really dangerous.
Just going by the numbers, Southern California is more dangerous than the rest of the state. Take a look at this. 1 through 5, all Southern California counties. L.A. County has the most people, and each year from 2012 through 2016 had about 3 times as many fatal accidents as the second place county.
Drivers are just wild. They're just seems to be like the Wild West out there.
Speeding drivers are to blame. That's what everyone we spoke with said. Speed does kill on our freeways and on our city streets.
Well, especially on the street here, yeah.
Speed limit's 40 miles an hour. Are they going faster?
Yes, they are, for sure.
This area, notorious in Northridge. The NHTSA says this intersection, Devonshire and Reseda, is the most dangerous in all of California.
I'm not surprised at all. No, I've been living here almost 15 years in Northridge.
Drivers told us this part of Northridge is just too congested. And 35,000 students at CSUN, plus all these businesses lining the streets makes it tough to drive in. Toss in some speeding drivers, and it can be even more deadly.
It's very dangerous. A lot of accidents was here, yeah.
Now, I studied that map with all those dots on it. One thing really stood out. It was Victory Boulevard. A lot of dots there. In fact, 6 of them, meaning 6 fatal accidents on Victory in 2016. So one to possibly avoid. In Northridge, Greg Mills, CBS 2 News.
Greg, it wasn't quite as hot today as it was yesterday, but will this cool down continue? CBS 2 meteorologist Amber Lee joins us live in studio with our first forecast. Amber?
Hi, Suzanne. Yeah, and that's because you probably noticed we have some high clouds still hanging around up above, and it made for slightly cooler conditions. But anyway, you looked at it, it was still rather warm today, but just knocked down a few degrees because of the cloud cover. So here's a look. We topped out at 83 degrees. Normally we should be at 74. Yesterday we were at 86. So you could see it wasn't There wasn't a big difference at all, but with the high clouds still overhead, we still felt some very toasty temperatures, and the numbers are still with us right now. 78 for the valleys, 81 for the IE, 77 for Orange County. We do have clear conditions near the mountains with highs about 64 at the moment. So here's a look at what's happening tonight. A little bit different than last night. We do have the breezes starting to pick up, especially right along the coast. We have a little bit more of that sea breeze also pushing into areas like the Antelope Valley, the Apple Valley area, and the IE. I'll let you know what we can expect with the breezes and also the clouds lingering with us. Back to you.
All right, Amber, thanks. Tens of thousands of University of California workers plan to hit the picket lines tomorrow. The union, representing 25,000 employees, says they will walk off the job for 3 days because contract negotiations have stalled. The strike will affect all 10 UC campuses and its 5 medical centers, although they will remain open. The dispute is over pay increases, health care costs, and retirement terms. The university says the union is demanding a pay raise twice as high as those given to other UC workers. Officials say they can't justify spending taxpayer money on an excessive raise. U.S. Attorney General Jeff Sessions is expected to be in San Diego tomorrow to talk about immigration, more than a year after he toured the border. He'll be joined by the Director for Immigration and Customs Enforcement. Sessions' visit comes about a week after hundreds of Central American migrants traveled on a caravan to the border seeking asylum in the U.S.
A major construction project at LAX will make traffic worse than usual through the busy summer travel season. You'll get backed up between Terminal 3 and the Tom Bradley Terminal when several lanes will close. CBS 2's Joy Benedict shows us you'll really want to plan ahead if you're picking someone up at the airport.
It usually feels like the longest part of a trip, standing on the curb, waiting for a ride.
They said 10 or 20 minutes. That was 20 minutes ago.
For some folks arriving at LAX, that wait just got longer, at least for a couple months.
Might still be here in 2 months.
Jerry Pursley landed from Australia during a seemingly calm time at 6 in the morning. But had he landed tomorrow, this stop for a hotel pickup wouldn't be here. That's because starting at midnight early Monday morning, crews will start tearing up this pavement.
It doesn't bother me. It's, like I said, it's progress and shows that the city's growing.
And so is the airport.
The new international concourse.
LAX has been building an additional international concourse for the last year. The $1.6 billion project adds 12 new gates at a whole new building and expands the existing baggage pickup. Well, part of that project involves putting in 2 power vaults, and that is starting on Monday.
We dread it because my husband travels a lot, and he always has to allow a lot of time just in case.
Seasoned travelers know shutting down even a couple of lanes will create a bottleneck effect that'll cost them time.
It's just going to be chaotic. I mean, it already is at the best of times.
So starting Monday, they're going to start work on these 3 lanes that are closest to the median. Once they finish with those lanes, they're going to move to the lanes on the outside there. In all, though, the project isn't going to be completed until July. In the meantime, those being picked up by courtesy shuttles and buses will have to walk to a different terminal.
Not a big deal, we're on vacation.
And although sometimes it takes a while.
Look, you brought me good luck.
I brought you good luck. The shuttles do show up, and the construction is only taking place from midnight to 8 a.m.
I think they need it. It's just a very busy airport.
And with 12 more gates, it'll just get busier. Joy Benedict, CBS 2 News.
A baby eagle's chirp. Well, a baby bald eagle that learned to fly has returned to its nest 2 weeks after falling from it. The San Bernardino National Forest posted video of Stormy's return home near Big Bear Lake yesterday. He quickly began nuzzling one of his parents. Stormy and his brother hatched earlier this year in an event that nature lovers watched on an online feed. The feed even caught the moment Stormy fell about 20 feet. Forest officials say he landed on a branch where his parents continued to feed him. Stormy's brother died after a March storm, so he's a little survivor.
He's doing okay. All right, go Stormy. More injuries for the Dodgers. Hate to say it this time. It's Clayton Kershaw. Details later in sports.
Then whoever buys this tiny house isn't doing it to save money. We didn't tell you here how much the sale price is and why it's so much.
Plus, hundreds of trees being cut down in one of California's most well-loved tourist areas. You'll see why.
And more families learn they've lost their homes because of the volcano eruption in Hawaii. We'll have the latest on the lava flow.
First, though, make sure to check out the latest edition of our podcast, In the Air with Stu Mundell. Stu sits down with actor Jerry O'Connell to talk about his career, including his current guest role on The Big Bang Theory.